Hello and welcome back to FPL Experts. The Champions League season is back and so is the UCL Fantasy. Like last year, this season too, I will be covering the UCL Fantasy. In this video, I will first quickly take you through the basics of how to play and then I'll show you a draft I've made as the fixtures were announced. Before I start, I would like to ask you guys to please subscribe the channel and like the video if you love the content. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So if you are new to the UCL Fantasy, it's pretty much similar to how we play it in FPL. So all you have to do is type in here UCL Fantasy, hit enter, and the first website is what you have to open. Then there is similar stuff to how things should be done. Just pick a team and assemble your squad of 15 men for the season. So moving on to the draft I've made for the season, here is how the team could line up. The player to start in goal is none other than Mendy. At a price of 6 million, the Chelsea keeper secured 66 points in last season, managing a total of 9 clean sheets. He won the goalkeeper of the season and is selected by 24%. Chelsea has a nice group and the only team that looks a bit strong in their group is Juventus. Chelsea has a rock solid defense and Mendy has got good hands, so he might end up getting a good amount of clean sheets. Moving on to the defense, Savage from Atletico is a good pick at a price of 4.5 million. He got 32 points last season. Atletico has a tough group as it seems. They've got Milan and Liverpool, but Atletico is a pretty defensive side and with Oblak at the back, they might end up pulling out some clean sheets. Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Liverpool wingback, is an expensive pick but extremely vital. Liverpool's defense is now pretty strong, so clean sheets could be expected. Ta offers assists and goals too. He's very good with the crosses inside the box. Marquinhos, the 5.5 million centre-back, offers attacking returns too. He got 59 points last season and that is actually a good amount of points for a defender. He's a real threat in corners as he's tall and clinical to an extent. In comes the midfield and I have blended it out with some mid-ranges for now. Goretzka from Bayern Munich is a modern CDM who makes forward runs and is involved in goals. He has had some injury issues, but he can be differential at a price he is offered. Jack Grealish is playing his first Champions League and the guy is absolutely phenomenal. Those of you who play the Premier League Fantasy know how great a player he is. In City, he's been playing his top game and is an important asset for them. He is scoring, he is assisting, and he might be extremely vital in UCL Fantasy too. Kai Havertz has found his lost form at Chelsea and he is among goals and assists again. His stats from last season are visible. He was the scorer in Final 2 last year, eventually leading into Chelsea lifting the title. Lastly, moving on to the forwards now. For now, I've invested more on the two strikers Haaland and Lewandowski, who are two long-term assets. Both of them are goal machines and are usually selected by a lot of managers. Lewandowski scored 32 points last season and that too while he missed some games due to injury. Haaland on the other hand got 62 in total. Now the third one, Braithwaite from Barca, is a budget striker who's a starter. He scored some goals last year and managed 27 points. The bench is visible now. For now on the bench are budgeted picks and I've tried my best to choose the ones that are starters. I still have to research for some better options. So this was my first draft for the UCL Fantasy Matchday 1. I will be back shortly with the final team to help you guys out in choosing some potential picks for your teams. I would like to ask you again to please subscribe the channel if you haven't already and drop a like if you love the content. This is it from my side. Thank you for watching FPL Experts.